Hello everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new here. Welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. My name is Brittany. On this channel I share my stupid opinion about the books I've been reading. Today we're going to talk March TBR, but before we do that I have some updates, I guess. I am moving forward confident that I'm going to be able to upload on a regular schedule again. I've sorted out how I want this channel to look moving forward. I have TBR jar pulls here for you today. I have Libby holds that came through that I'll be reading this month for you today. We're going to talk about my book of the month selection as well as book of the year. And I also want to discuss my I Read 3 series because I do have a video coming out for that very soon. I am continuing that series. Specifically, I want that series to focus on Kindle Unlimited books just so that I can justify maintaining a Kindle Unlimited subscription. So far, I can warrant keeping that subscription because I pull like 8 to 10 books and then I read 3 or 4 books from Kindle Unlimited each month. So far good, but I want to continue to be able to justify spending the money on that. So moving forward, my I Read 3 is going to focus solely on Kindle Unlimited books. If you have suggestions for themes or tropes that you'd like to see me cover, you can leave a comment down below. And with all of that said, let's go ahead and move forward into my March TBR. I pulled 8 books from my jar. I did go ahead and update my jar so that it includes also books that I own on Kindle. That way we're working through those as well. I have one Kindle book that I pulled from my jar. It is called Just Me by Blake Pierce. Just Me is the debut novel in the Cammie Lark FBI series. It's a thriller. I don't read very much what these books are about, so we're not going to get into it. This is what it looks like somewhere on this screen. Book of the month selections. Book of the year was Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, and I have not read any Abby Jimenez books before. So this is going to be the first one. It was free for me because I am a Book of the Month BFF, so I added that to my box. The book that I selected for my monthly selection was Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. This one's the thriller. Often I find myself picking the thrillers for my Book of the Month selections, so I will be trying to get to the Book of the Year, but I'm definitely going to get to Listen for the Lie this month because I'm trying to read at the very least my monthly selection as it comes in. Let's go ahead and talk Libby loans so that I can just stop looking at my phone and run through these books. My Libby holds that came through, I actually placed on hold the audiobook for Vampires of El Norte by Isabel Cañas because I like to double dork things. This hold finally came through, so I didn't pull this book from my jar, but my Libby hold came through, so I'm reading this. And then I have 2 ebooks that came through on hold. I have 5 Total Strangers by Natalie D. Richards. I don't know where I heard about this book. I think that it was recommended to me by either a friend or on Facebook. It is a thriller, and then the next ebook that I have that came through was Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. This is the second book to the When in Rome series of books that she has. My best friend actually recommended this to me. This hold came through before When in Rome came through, so I'm gonna not be reading them in order. That's okay, and that is it for Libby holds that have come through. So let's finally run through the jar pulls. I have a very thriller heavy month, so we're gonna just go through those first. All right, I have a Tammy Hogue book that I've pulled. I've read one book from her before. I can't remember what it's called right now, but I know I've read her before. And this month we're reading Guilty as Sin by Tammy Hogue. I don't care what books are about before I get into them. I just get into them. This one looks a little hefty, but I think it's just because it's a mass market paperback. We also have a new to me author. We have Leanne Moriarty's Big Little Lies, which I bought for $1 from my library. Stephen King says it's a hell of a good book, funny and scary, so I'm very much looking forward to this. I have not watched the show on HBO, but I'm hoping that if I like the book, I can get into the show on HBO. Don't care, once again, what books are about. I just kind of go with it. I've read one book from the next author that we have, which is Megan Miranda. This month I pulled Come Find Me. Right now, I'm blanking on what the other book was that I read from her, but I did exclusively listen to the audiobook for that. I'm gonna try to double dork this if I can get a hold of the audiobook. If not, maybe my attention to detail will be much more significant in this one than the other book that I read, but we have Come Find Me by Megan Miranda. I wanna say this one's a YA, but I'm not 100% sure. And we have another Lisa Jewell. This one's an older one. It's from 2014. Again, I got it either from the library or from a little free library, but whoever got it, they got it for $1. So it was either me getting it for $1 or me trading it for a different book. It's The Third Wife by Lisa Jewell. More of a mystery, I'm guessing, than a thriller. I looked on Goodreads and it was like under the chick lit category of books, but I don't know about all that. After this one, I'm pretty sure that I've worked through most of my Lisa Jewell in my collection, so that makes me very happy. I have one romance and one horror, so let's go with the romance first. I think that we're gonna consider it a romance. It's a Book of the Month selection from November of 2023. Oh my gosh, the font is huge in here. I don't know much about this book. It's The Last Love Note by Emma Gray. What I do know is that the female main character is a widow and it is finding love again after loss. That's all I've got. I'm excited to read this. I know it's gonna be devastating and heartbreaking for me. And then the last book that I have to talk about is the book that I'm perhaps the most excited that I pulled, because if you've been here for a long time, you know that one of the very first videos that I did on this channel was My Husband Chose My TBR, and he chose an author that was new to me. That author was Darcy Coates, and I absolutely loved Gallows Hill. So when I went to Barnes and Noble after my birthday to spend my gift card that I received, I kept being drawn to From Below by Darcy Coates. This one takes place on a submarine, the SS Arcadia, or it's about the SS Arcadia. Now, I was in the Navy. I like reading about stuff for the Navy, and I just know that reading creepy things about the Navy is gonna make me so glad that I was not a submariner. That's it. That's the TBR. It's March 2nd as I'm filming this, and I'm going to tell you that I've already read one of these books. I read it all yesterday. So you can expect reviews coming very, very soon for each individual book that I've talked about here, in which we'll cover much more about what the books are about and how I rated it. So stay tuned for that. Thank you all for being here. Subscribe if you're new, like the video if you like the video, and as always, leave me a comment down below to help with engagement. I will see you all very soon.